Let's talk about the development history of table tennis, specifically regarding backhand. How we shift our weight. Why press on the right leg instead of the left leg? First, in the past maybe 10 or even 20 years ago, when you looked at backhand loops, they were all looped like this, right? When looping like this, our weight shifts from the left leg to the right leg. Gives us a larger hitting space. Right? From here shifting to here. But that was a technique from the past. That's a technique from 10 or even 20 years ago. Now, if everyone has watched table tennis on TV, basically very few people's backhand loop is done like this anymore. It's from inside the body moving outwards. It's turning more towards the front side. Not like the old left to right anymore. Because with this way of looping, first, the stroke is large, right? A larger stroke means a longer hitting time. Right? In that case, with today's ball, our table tennis ball has changed from 38 to 40 plus. The speed of the ball, the pace of play, is getting faster and faster. In such a situation, it's very hard to catch the timing of the ball. And with that sideway loop, it heavily tests our spatial sense. But modern table tennis is different. We focus more on generating power from inside the body, relying on core strength to find a feeling of exerting force from inside forward and to the side. Why do I tell everyone to press their weight onto the right leg?
Here the ball is coming to the middle, not to the left. If it were to the left, your weight couldn't be on the right leg.
Many players don't understand this. They say, hey, if my weight is on the right leg, how do I tuck my left hip? Or, how do I do a backhand loop? Many people think, if I tuck my right hip, does it mean I should loop like this? Does it mean I should loop like this? Does it mean I should loop like this? It's neither. Even with my weight on the right leg, I can still tuck my hip in. It's not that having my weight on the right leg forces me to loop like this. Watch my movement carefully. After I prepare, watch. Tuck inward. Watch me tuck inward. Look, which leg is my weight on now? Is my weight still on my right leg now? But have I pulled my whole body back? See? This is the modern power generation method. With weight pressed on the right leg, I press onto the right leg and I can still perform an inward hip tuck, right? So, after I press my weight onto my right leg, it doesn't hinder my ability to move inward and to generate power forward. In modern table tennis, our weight must be on the right leg, including when you see sometimes short serves coming in. If I want to do a backhand flick, or if the ball is high sometimes, which leg should the weight be on? Shouldn't it still be on my right leg? It's not possible for me. When the ball is short, I'll step in with my left leg. So, in modern table tennis, more advanced theories. The weight must be on the right leg. Well, if that's hard to grasp, you can think about it. Which leg should I step with for a short ball? For a backhand flick, which leg? When I want to do that, General drawing his sword, which leg do I step with? Shouldn't it all be my right leg? And also understand this point. It's not that having my weight on my right leg means I have to lean my body entirely to this side. With my weight on my right leg, I can still gather inward. Including, after I press my weight onto my right leg when I rotate for forehand-backhand transitions. The feeling is also very good. See, with my weight on my right leg, my right foot forward, I can switch from forehand to backhand just like this. Now, if my weight were on my left leg, after I finally execute a loop, how do I transfer my weight? So, in modern table tennis techniques, the weight must also be on the right leg, not on our left leg. With our right foot forward, we can still find the feeling of pressing our weight down. Let's talk about how to do our backhand framework. The backhand position is similar to the forehand, and the backhand even more so requires us to experience the feeling of generating power from the thighs and core. So, what should be our first step? During this phase of the backhand loop, the first step is absolutely not to start with the hand. Just find the feeling of pressing my weight onto my right leg and gathering inward. When I go to loop on the backhand, my first step is also to find my hip. Right? It's the same for penhold and shakehand. because we're talking about power from the thighs and the body. Not about differences in your arm movements. Understand? We need to find the feeling of the leg stepping down. And you can see. Actually, while I'm stepping my leg down, there's another point to mention. When we play table tennis, we are definitely a unified whole. We shouldn't break ourselves down into many separate parts. You must understand. We move one part, and the whole body follows. Simultaneously with stepping down and shifting our weight, my body naturally lowers as well. While I'm stepping my leg down, my center of gravity naturally lowers too. Therefore, in this phase of the backhand, must not deliberately try to find a feeling of turning the waist. Many players, they do this, right? First, put their hand down here, then turn their waist around, thinking they can generate a lot of power this way. The spin must be heavy enough. It's not. In modern table tennis, you don't need to find a feeling of turning the waist. You also don't need to find a feeling of moving from left to right. In such a scenario, in modern table tennis technique, it often leads to a disconnect. Because simultaneously, with stepping my leg down, my center of gravity has already naturally lowered. Here's the question. When I step down with my leg, and I've lowered, what should I do with my hand? This can also be called a triangular framework on the backhand side. Everyone can try this along with me. Understanding this framework for power generation can help you better experience the feeling of backhand power. First, remember, while playing table tennis, we don't need to worry about the parts above the core. Let's start explaining from the beginner stage. At this stage, there's no need to actively raise the elbow. It is something you do after you have good body and core power generation. Then you can raise the elbow. Only then can it help you generate power better, and help you better unleash backhand quality. However, if your thighs and core don't know how to generate power in the first place, the more you raise your elbow, the harder it is to experience it. It will make it harder for you to generate power. So, the first step. Relax all parts of the body above the core first. Everyone can follow along with me. Raise our hand to form a triangle. After forming the triangle, then flatten this hand. Flatten our hand. My shoulder is always relaxed. Remember, this point is very important. Only then can you truly experience the feeling of playing by forgetting the hand. After that, make fists with both hands. Our contact point is right here, at the vertex of this triangle. If the ball changes, use your legs to find it. The contact point is at the vertex of the triangle. Then, make a fist with the hand not holding the racket. Bring both hands back. Now the moment of truth has come. We want to do a backhand loop against underspin. Want to generate power. The first step, don't think about the hand. Think about what? Go find the feeling we just talked about. Go feel us lowering our legs. See? Everyone, look, have my legs pressed down? And when I press my legs down, has everyone noticed a problem? Is it that, at the same time, my legs press down, my body naturally lowers as well? And while my body naturally lowers, my hand also naturally sinks down, right? So, in this process, did I deliberately think about pulling my hand back?
Table tennis requires mastering many complex techniques. For most players, even reaching an advanced amateur level takes years. More importantly, it's very hard to learn on your own. You need at least a practice partner, and hiring a coach long-term can be very expensive. Practicing single ball drills with friends is not enough. Many skills require multiple training. That's why I recommend Thunderspin. Advantage 1: outstanding value. From design to sales channels, everything is simplified to cut costs while extending durability, fully meeting the needs of most beginner and intermediate players for multiple training. Advantage 2: extra low ball outlet. It can deliver short balls and half-long balls that barely clear the net, simulating real match conditions. Most bots under $500 cannot do this. Advantage 3: ultra portable. Weighing just 1.3 kilogram. It's very easy to use. Simple knobs control spin and placement. If you're interested, check out our channel's store link below the video. If shipping to your region isn't supported, just leave us a message through the store's email. See if we can mail it to you.